The monster's been exterminated. Comgy Mama. Anybody remember Comgy Mamas? They were a ride. Yeah, dude. Comgy Mama.
Lopez, one man and his hose.
Yeah, dude.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I need to talk to you about the chalice.
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge, as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it.
Yeah, I agree.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the De Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Yo, everybody hashtag Mac.
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
Yo, everybody hashtag Nanny Cause. Nanny Cause made Robot Lady do that music. Take it to the Mac. Mac Steel. Because she can indeed.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't. There was a big aspidistra sitting on a table in the hall. I didn't want a pot plant.
Bro, George has got that insight.
I love suits of armor. Who doesn't? I wasn't going to put on the armor, and I couldn't see anything else to do with it.
He does, Mac. It's funny, right, that this suit of armor is like George size, because I've seen real suits of armor, and they are not George size. Yo, they were tiny people. They were small people. And it's because only the rich could afford meat.
Senor Stobart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
This slop will make you grow big and strong. I don't think it will. Gruel will make a man out of you. A very short man.
Priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
To be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
Dang, this voice actress is amazing.
There's still the mystery of that missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered
unless
the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
the Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant? Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the De Vasconcellos are cursed.
Man, why are they always going to do sad things with kids in Broken Sword? Like, you remember Ghost Girl in Broken Sword 1? That shit is sad as fuck. Like, holy shit, that is sad.
There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
Whoa, thank you very much. Everybody hashtag Maxiboo. Why is you now playing R. Kelly? He's a very bad man.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms.
Everybody hashtag
I
Max.
found
That's awesome.
the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcellos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound...
Thank you so much, Maxiboo.
I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that, like, she's going to go to Paris to see her long-lost ancestor.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Wow, I'm so happy. So when you pass away, can Nico and I move in here?
There was a bookcase, bureau kind of affair. I didn't recognize any of the titles, apart from an ancient edition of Don Quixote. An old grandfather clock stood against the wall.
Yo, has anybody else been dehydrated in this weather? I am thirsty constantly.
I doubted the Templars had hidden anything in there.
George, you just got to think outside the box, my bro.
The Countess de Vasconcellos seemed a lot happier than the last time we met.
I must say, though, what I love about Gizzy is that the heat is not humid, it's dry heat.
There was a
I
boar's head over
massively
the fire.
prefer that.
It didn't look very happy. Must be hard to look happy when you're wearing a chimney breast. Now, what the hell was I going to do with a hog's head?
I don't know, you could go full hog.
The fire was made up and ready, waiting for the year to turn cold. It was way too warm to light the fire.
George turns it on anyway. What the hell are you doing, Senor Soba?
It was a large window with shutters.
You better go over there, George. I shudder to think about it.
From the window, I could see the garden, including Lopez, who was still watering the damn thing.
Actually, talking about old video games. Nanny Cause. We gotta do it. Shobuna Kakaroto!
It was a large window with shutters. From the window, I could see some sort of balcony. It didn't look like it was used
Yeah,
too
Nanny
often.
Cause. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Anybody out there, that was for the Super Nintendo game. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 3.
Beside the fire was a stack of logs.
Which we
for
played
fuel.
on PC via emulation. Because of course we did. We ain't out here buying a Super Nintendo.
Now, what would I want with a bunch of logs?
But come on, man.
Military hardware, medieval style. I came here to solve a mystery, not go jousting.
George, you're jousting for the answers of this mystery. Please. I'm here all week. My favorite thing about that game Is it spoiled the Boo Saga for us because it hadn't aired yet? Yo, Hyperdimensions was sick, but Goku killed Cell in that game, so there's because they did never a 9-year-old Son Gohan. Yo, Lopez, I need your help. Oh no,
Lopez.
I don't need your help.
Got a minute? Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I'm gonna ask you about something, and then I'm gonna leave.
Do you recognize this man?
No.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, senor Stobar.
I was just like, I don't want to say goodbye straight away to this old guy who's trying to help me. Then he calls, I need to learn your secret skills on how to become the top #1 placeholder. Hey, what's everybody doing tomorrow day? Like 2 o'clock-ish. Because my work's bound to be not busy. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to go swimming, but I didn't have the time. Down below the estate, I could see the sea stretching away. It was a beautiful sight, and looked a lot like the scene from the manuscript.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough. That usually happens to me,
Over the doorway
Jim.
was a statue of a hooded figure.
No, George, we already know that one. You did it last time we were here. Why is there a pirate symbol?
I didn't want to mess with the
Oh,
building.
no, all good. Nothing wrong with that. That's a great thing, actually. All good. Okay, I'm going to grab the Bible. And can I do this yet?
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing.
Wait. George, why can't I interact with the bag? Oh, I missed the old interface when it was, you just like hovered over the top and bottom of the screen that brought up the menus. Sorry, George, we're going to do it this way because of the bloody new interface. I believe it was Maxiboo who figured out this puzzle when we were kids. Yeah. Yeah, because you were our puzzle extraordinaire. Like, we got stuck in Klonoa, Arx Max. Yeah.
The candle had burnt
that
brilliantly.
Fucking switch puzzle with
Only
Klonoa
for
1.
a couple of minutes.
My guy.
Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Wow. Yeah, take this. My shoulder's so heavy from carrying the team. I just realized if we pump through this, we head to the final level, right? Scotland? Mr. Stobart. Love how he just travels all over Europe. He wins one case, and he's like, I'm going to blow all my money on this trip in Europe. George, you need to come home. I think Dad's sick. Hold up, I just need to get a French girlfriend first.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it? What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
Hey, so, in 600 years, no one lit the candle. 600 years. That's their family mausoleum. Yo, I'm with Max actually as well. You know, then it causes raises a good point, but yeah, I think absolutely.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
It's a mixture of both. Irreplaceably type.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about.
The original game looked terrible.
My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4.
It has its own beautiful charm.
Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
He is 600 years old.
I'll just have another look around.
Very well.
Well, what's interesting about the unicorn reference in the Bible is it's more or less, so it's more than likely, rather, referencing a rhinoceros. We've never had the new god. I was here when Don Carlos was killed.
Got a minute?
Or ran away.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the
All 600 years.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great. So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a
Well, George,
stick.
to be fair, I hadn't heard of it until I played this
It
game.
must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Show
Right.
me the
Do
well.
you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is hazel.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Tobar.
Okay, Lopez. I'm loving this, but I'm gonna go get the real hazel from over here. Because I played this game like 100 gajillion times. No, George! Wait! Bro, George, my cousin. I was not asking you to do that. Right, George, I've got a lot of time for you, bro, except for when you're walking the wrong fucking way. I should just fuck this hose up again for
I went
no
over
reason.
to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Just out of nowhere. Senor, why did you fuck my hose up again?
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
George goes to walk onto the grass and just slides all the way back to Paris.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Hang on, wouldn't Lopez's bloody spraying the water affect the dousing? – 100% underground water. Yo, lawn darts is actually mega fun. That and Patong. You guys ever play Patong?
Senor Stobbart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin
I like lawn
can.
bowls.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobbart, the lawn was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Wow, they
It
just
has
like,
been
what
here
the
all the
fuck?
time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun. but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
Okay, so we're going to save, and then we're going to kill George. What the fuck?
Thinking back to how long it had taken the can to fall to the bottom, I stayed as far from the edge as I could. It was a long way down. The brilliant midday sun shone almost directly down the shaft, and I still couldn't see the water. I'd already risked my neck with one death-defying leap in Syria. I wasn't about to push my luck again.
I wonder what speedruns look like for this game.
A great stone lion's head with a gaping maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head, "Save me from the lion's mouth." From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Does George need to use the fang first, or? Oh. You know, in Broken Sword 3, you can run, George. Just saying.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Okay, we're just going to let George die.
No!
Holy shit!
Senior Snowman! Senior Snowman! Are you
Whoa!
alright? Senior Snowman!
Yo, that... He would just look like dust after that.
Oh, very funny, you psychos.
Senior Snowman! Senior Snowman! Are you alright?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine.
Hey, susto mia dada! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Senor Starbard! Are you fucking dead?
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
Come on, George, you can do it. I believe in you. Also, believe in a thing called love. Bro, I would not put my head underneath a stone
sesame.
door ever.
Another secret door.
The missing chess piece and the two children. That's sad, man.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Oh, this is when Andre turns up.
George, welcome back.
Andre's
in,
face
Josh.
is barely
Good
legible.
to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally, we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland.
Recently.
The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in
They're friends all of a sudden.
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Not
Templars.
Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of hell, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
Going to Bannockburn. We might actually finish it tonight. Let's fucking go. Oh no, we're on the train for a while actually. Eh?
It must be dawn.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
This thing has got me out of a few scrapes.
Maybe I should get one.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
I wonder where Khan is now.
Forget about him. He must be miles away.
Hard to believe this thing saved my life.
I'll buy you a new one when we get back.
I wonder if there ever was a Thomas Merlin.
Didn't I tell you? I checked. There wasn't.
Do you want to look after this ticket?
Not me. I don't want to get involved with the British Railways official.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am. She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days. The old lady reminded me of my grandmother, except, of course, that this old lady was still alive. Pardon me?
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
100.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
A manhole lifting key.
You knew that?
Of course, I never leave home without one.
You're joking.
What use would an old lady have for such a thing?
Seriously, how did you recognize this?
I've had a full life.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to be
I
on
reckon
this
Broken
train
Sword would
tonight?
work as a long form
would
television
indeed.
series.
No, honestly, it... You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
And I reckon you wouldn't even have to change the plot for television. Because, like, how many people have played the game? You know?
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
Have you ever seen this man before?
An interesting looking fellow.
Interesting. He's a killer.
And that's not interesting?
You really think this guy looks interesting?
He looks like a driven man.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's
Just
outrageous.
Nico
He should be
imposition.
shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
That's incredible dialogue. I love that.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
Fuck.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by
Molly
Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah, we...
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more
Yeah.
than a good spooky.
And it's Molly Pegram, the guy who went missing in Ireland.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Sterling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Dude, this game is on another level, dude. Like, legit. So good. The writing is amazing. I really hope this sort of energy is in Broken Sword 6.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Fuck this game. This is
Off
such
to
a good
Sterling,
game,
eh?
man.
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you. Pardon me.
Yes, dear.
The game is like, that's not what I need you to do. I need you to get the fuck out of this
Can't you
room.
sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay. All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. It was a strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts.
Well, it is not flaming red in the original graphics.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. The man's face was blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Red-rimmed eyes stared fish-like above his broken nose. Hi! Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man.
Breakfast.
Away, Basha, wake up, man. With company.
His breath was like the outlet
That
from
is
a
the most
chemical
Newcastle
factory.
accent I've ever
Sure,
heard.
mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Have you ever seen anything like these before?
Yeah, those look right wicked.
It's not a weapon.
Well, no, but you have to be flexible, like.
Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man. He's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by
What
the
the
name
fuck?
Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
This guy is the best.
Do you know what this is?
No, man, what is it?
It's a hand buzzer.
You won't catch me out with that, pal.
If I'd wanted to catch you out, I wouldn't have shown it to you, would I?
Well, maybe she's my pal. Like a clever double bluff, you know?
Yeah, nah.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin? King Arthur's queen?
Forget it.
King Arthur's queen?
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you. See you later.
I remember not saving for like 2 hours, going out this window and immediately dying because I went the wrong way.
The windows seem to have been
That
sprayed
pissed me
with tiny
right
flecks
off.
of froth.
Didn't open that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there. Leave it alone, man.
Yeah, it's so easy to go the wrong way.
The door was locked. The door was locked. Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Marquet's murderer, eh? Oh, yuck.
The door was locked. It was the door to the baggage car.
No, for sure. But also, who leaves a place like that? Palangi, that's who.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sort of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved. Hey, buddy. Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans like, so action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict in anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal. I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man. An old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
See you later.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
He looks so sloshed. Cool, so let's save my game. Because for some reason, George has turned that way, right? So you think to yourself, fuck, I better go that way. Why does he look that way when he gets up the top? Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Broken Sword. Thank you. And that's why I went sent 10 hours back, 2 hours back. Like, my bro. I don't know. It's electricity.
I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance. You saved our lives, but why?
You are always on the same side, Stobart.
Then why didn't you team up with me?
But a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians
So,
are not right.
they could fully put pressure on that
These
wound
men
and save his life.
are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Timolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
Maybe not.
Why is it an option then?
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner. May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Yo, I always wondered why Khan didn't just team up with him.
The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way. It was a fire extinguisher. I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire. The rear exit was barred and padlocked. The rear exit was barred and padlocked. Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out.
And they've removed the scene. They've removed the scene where George kisses Nico here. I don't understand why.
The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Eklund into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was going to use it on you.
Okay. We know Eklund's a murderer. We also know that he wants to murder us, specifically. Why would we not take the initiative and kill him? I'm going to tell you right now. Like, Nico, if I was in this situation, I'd murder the fuck out of Eklund. Because he is a trained assassin. He kills people, and he wants to kill us. It's ridiculous. I don't understand her logic.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was going to use it on you. I still thought it a good idea to take the axe to Eklund while he was down.
I'm so confused. So what the fuck do I do now?
It was the signaling device which alerted the driver to make an emergency stop. I'd already used the brake to bring the train to a halt.
I like how Flap appears in Broken Sword 3, and then George
Where do you think
double
you're going?
kangaroo kicks him to death.
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untell me this instant, George Stobart.
I will, when I'm ready.
And the kiss is gone.
Oh, that's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage.
Oh!
Well, my hands were tied.
They kept the
Desmond
kiss!
pointed that gun at me. I thought I was gonna die.
What?
I thought of all the things I'd never get to do. And kissing you.
Bro, in the interview they fully said they got rid of it.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
It's the same interview where they said they changed how the carpet salesman looked, which did happen. That's interesting they didn't edit out the kiss. I wonder if there was like fan reaction like, why did you do that? To be fair though,
What
I
are you
prefer
doing?
their first...
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
But yeah, so the thing that's confusing for me here... sorry. What I think is a good thing is maybe if they did delete this, it does make it that their first kiss is the one at the end of the game. So, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. A double-edged broken sword. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Hey, Maxi Boo and Nanny Calls, are you guys still awake? If not, I might call it quits here and we'll finish it another day.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
What's he for?
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
Yeah, bro. It's going to give a guy the power to become a dragon. Do we need that in our lives? No. All right, sweet. That is us. Next Broken Sword stream might be Monday. Depending on how the wife feels. So, yo, I will catch you guys then. Sweet. All right. We outies. Peace. Sleepy time. It's that sleepy time. You know what time it is? It's that sleepy time.